Hello, welcome. This week is going to be a bit of a departure from the last few weeks of Airfix toy soldiers, and I'm going to dive into the sets made by Matchbox in the 70s. And for this one, you really got to stick around to the end for the close-ups because these are a bit different from the Airfix figures as far as aesthetics go, poses, details, and all that stuff. These were sculpted by a gentleman named Bill Farmer that also did some figures for Revell and IMAX. And as far as the box art goes, the box is a bit smaller than the Airfix box. And the box art, of course, fighting because, you know, the toe soldiers. And I like the fact that they have one soldier more up close. So you get more of a feel of, you know, personal action or whatnot. Says 15 combat troops, so they never did a large set with these like Airfix did with 28 or 29. There were always just 15, but there's a big variety in these, so these were pretty good sets. On the side here you can see some of the figures in the box. The prone are not on there. On the side here you can see some of the prone figures. On the box, just a figure to show the scale, the size. Painting instruction here as far as letters that are actually correlating to the Humbrol paint range that was available in the 70s. And also it says also available German infantry and American infantry, and this was in 1976. So I guess then there was only 3 boxes available and the other 3 came later. Or not, because as we see with Airfix, that doesn't always hold up how they release them. Anyways, there's a few doubles in here. One is the standing rifleman, SMLE rifle. He's the only one without helmet net. Then you got the kneeling rifleman. That's also double. Very nice figure. You got the crawling soldier. And then there's the running with the bayonet, charging. The grenade soldier does not have a weapon, so I guess he must have just dropped it on the ground to throw the grenade. Fun thing in this set is this officer, which looks like a little bit more higher rank than a NCO with the troops. I try to see if this could actually be like a depiction of someone famous from the British Army, but it's not Montgomery because he didn't have that mustache and he always had the beret. And I found another gentleman that I don't remember the name of, but he didn't have this kind of a mustache, but he had this type of jacket and that hat that I could find. And this set is kind of curious because of all the poses. There's, let's see how many poses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 poses, and out of those, 5 are support weapons. So first you got a standing Bren gun, machine gunner, which is a very nice figure. And then you have a prone Bren gun machine gunner, which is also very nice. Pretty nice details. Got a different backpack than the other ones. Then you have this guy, the bazooka guy. So everybody, both Airfix and Matchbox makes the bazooka guy instead of a Piat guy, because he should have a Piat. And the Airfix did something that was like the M1 or something. But this should be actually the M20 bazooka or the super bazooka because of this shoulder brace or whatever you would call it. That's the closest I could find. Flamethrower. This is not a British flamethrower because that had a round canister for the gas on the back, and the front part looks different as well. And then you have Vickers machine gunner, which it's a nice good figure. It's really cool to have something a little bit more heavy in the set. And when I was doing research on this, like with the guy with the flamethrower, I actually stumbled upon a channel on YouTube that does videos on different World War II weapons in movies and how they were used correctly or not. And I think a lot of times, as with this one and with the super bazooka, people that sculpted these back in the 70s, it wasn't as easy back then to reference uniforms and weapons and stuff as it is today with Google. So I think movies were actually a big part in trying to get ideas how to do these figures, because I mean, after all, they are toys, I think, primarily, but they're nice toys that you can actually use to paint and do dioramas with and stuff. If you squint a bit, the impression is pretty decent. Yeah, one more thing I like with these is that they change it up. You know, someone has no backpack, and then someone has a backpack, and then someone has different knives, larger or smaller, and it got the little entrenching tool as well, different backpacks. So there's some variety to these that Airfix doesn't always have. But anyways, enough of me talking about this. I think we should just have a look at them up close, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.